one thing that I encounter over and over again is this belief that we can and should target down to an exact customer. And I think there's a couple misconceptions around that. One is around this topic of reach, and is reach being seen as waste, which is not correct. And just there's some other, like, all these topics have like mini misconceptions within them. One within reach would be this thought of I can sell to just one exact person, but there's actually so many decision makers involved in a process, and how we buy is so different. So, and then there's also a misconception around just believing I can target an exact person. Another one would be just a lack of focus on distinctive brand assets and how important those are. So a distinctive asset would be the things that make your brand what it is, your brand color, maybe a packaging shape, a jingle. And I think those are undervalued, especially we were talking in the beginning about that blue B2B room. A lot of brands, I think, don't spend enough time looking at how, not just how beautiful your brand is, but how unique is it from competitors. One other thing, and then I'll stop because there's too many to keep going. But
keep them coming. This is great.
One other thing is this belief marketers have that I can run an ad at the bottom of the funnel, and someone clicks on that and buys. That ad is responsible for this, like the last touch attribution belief, when we just actually covered this on a recent podcast. It's a crazy stat, something like 84% of purchases across like 100 plus categories. The decision was made before they got to that bottom of the funnel ad. So many people, you're primed before you choose something. Okay, and the last one I'll say is the brand loyalty debate, which is such a fun one. Marketers spend all this time on loyalty programs. Can I get people to buy again? In a lot of categories, your light buyers are actually the most valuable, and people aren't as loyal to your brand as you might think. If I go to the grocery store and they're out of a certain brand of, I don't know, dishwasher soap, I'm not just going to not buy dishwasher soap, right? I'm going to switch to a different brand. And then brand purpose, we could get into that. That's a big misconception, the belief that people want to hear from my brand, and how should you respond when something happens with your brand? People think they need to put out these statements. Really, it's most effective just to say nothing. I mean, I could go on and on and on, but all these things that if marketers, I think, spent some time with the literature, you could avoid a lot of heartbreak and a lot of bad decisions just by learning from what we've studied and what brands have done in the past.